Guys, Retro in the house. Hope everybody's doing okay this morning, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Well, I just wanted to give a shout out and tell you thank you for all the people that wished me a happy birthday yesterday. It was an amazing day. We had an amazing church service at church, and after that we had good lunch. Then we went to the store, grabbed some few things, had some birthday cake. It was really fun. I posted a couple of few videos yesterday, so check those out on my YouTube channel, RetroVerse83. So I went back to basics and did a Retro Sunday, and I have not done a Retro Sunday in a kind of while. Just things been a little hectic, busy in my life, just as normal people have things to do in life. So, but I really haven't made a gameplay Retro Sunday like it used to be, but I did make one yesterday, and it is all about Battletoads, and we all know that that's a very classic and wonderful game, Battletoads, for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and it's the first one. I played, I think, like 3 levels, and I can't ever get past the 3rd level, so... But I do like the music to it, and it's very awesome. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out below. And there's also another video that I did about my birthday. So it's not a long one. It's just me and my daughter, my family at the church. And they had some cake for us, which is very nice of them to do that for me. They didn't have to do that, but they blessed me anyway. And me and my family, my daughter's birthday is Wednesday, so we kind of celebrated it together. So that was very nice, but I just wanted to tell you thank you for those who reached out to me and wished me a very happy birthday. Facebook was flooded with posts. Had people on my Instagram tell me happy birthday. Nostalgia people that have retro channels, on my TikTok, on my Twitter account. It was very blessed, and thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. But I just want everybody to have a blessed day, and I am actually about to get ready to go to work. And this week's going to be a little different because I start a new job tomorrow. So I'll be working both jobs at the same time until further notice. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Pretty nervous. But, hey, I can do all things through Christ, right? So, but yeah, I just wanted to have this little podcast this morning and just to tell you thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And just a question I want to ask the retro community out there is that which system do we think's better than the other? Do we think the Super Nintendo, the SNES, or the Sega Genesis which one's better in your eyes or point of view? In my eyes, I kind of think I think the SNES has a lot of sentimental value to me, and the SNES is a very important of me growing up. So the Sega Genesis is also because I remember we had a regular Nintendo. We had a lot of cool games back then. I can't even remember how young I was. But we had a lot of cool games. We had RC Pro-Am, Punch-Out. We had Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, all the Super Mario Brothers. We had Pac-Man, RBI Baseball Stars. We had a lot of cool games. All-Star Pro Wrestling, I think that's what it's called. But I remember having it, and we actually traded it in for a Sega Genesis. So the Sega Genesis is a 16-bit console, and it's just like the Super Nintendo, but the way I look at a Sega Genesis, we had the original one, the Sega Genesis, the original one that had the 3 buttons controller. The way I look at it as Sega Genesis system is it was more like an arcade type system where they were really trying to put in arcade games into cartridges, and I think the Sega was more accurate to that. So the Super Nintendo had more games. To me, it had more games, but I think the graphics were a little better on the Super Nintendo. The music, I prefer the music on the Super. The Sega Genesis, some of the games have some pretty cool music. Like I think the Adventures of Batman and Robin, I think the music to that's pretty cool. But they would basically make the same game where it all came out at the same time on Game Gear, Game Boy, Super Nintendo. Even some classic games like Batman Returns was released on Sega, Super, and Nintendo Game Gear. Not really sure if it was released on the Game Boy, but the games are all the same concept, but they're all different. So yeah, just like the Adventures of Batman and Robin. The Super Nintendo version is like the best, and I so want that game, but it's so expensive. But the Sega Genesis one was a lot different. But the only reason probably why I would probably ever own a Sega Genesis is because of the Punisher, the classic arcade game. We used to go to Super Nintendo. We used to go to Super One Foods when we lived in Garland, and would play that game while my parents would grocery shop. So the Punisher, if you haven't checked that one out, that's YouTube it. It's a pretty cool game. I do know that they actually have it on that arcade 1-up machines. So yeah, they have it on that. So to me, I kind of figure, I think the Super Nintendo is probably better than the Sega Genesis, but I do give the Sega props because, you know, there's nothing like playing some Altered Beast or like Golden Axe or something, man, because it's pretty amazing. Shinobi was pretty cool. Rayman, I think it was called Rayman, not Rayman. What's that one? That Victor Man or whatever? Where you that green guy and he's shooting stuff out of his hands. But yeah, I prefer a Super Nintendo, so I still have mine. I have the Super Nintendo Junior, the smaller one, not the original. I had an original one, but it didn't, like, I think it stopped working or something. But yeah, that's what I think. I probably would probably rank a Super Nintendo better. So what do y'all think? What system did y'all grow up with? What system do you prefer? What games do you prefer on the Super or the Sega Genesis? So just like you can't forget Batman Forever game. Oh man. It's not a bad, terrible game. It is bad, but it's not awful. But yeah, I prefer a Super Nintendo. So y'all just let me know what system y'all prefer or think are better than the other. But yeah, I just want everybody to stay blessed and be encouraged today. Go out there, and I know that I do these daily devotion things, but you know, I think it's much needed in a world that we live in right now, because my YouTube channel is about retro and nostalgia, video games, toys, comics, just the stuff that I grew up with, and a lot of 90s people that grow up with. But we can't also forget that we do have lives, and we do have to get up every day and provide for our family and become better and be a successor. We fail, yeah, we fall, but you know, we have to get up, and we always do get up. So I want just to reach somebody out there, and if you're going through something, or if you just feel like you can't go on, you can. You're more than enough than to conquer any obstacle that comes your way. Just have a little bit of faith. And I know it's easier said than done sometimes, and I don't know what people are going through. People don't know what I'm going through. But I do know that if we have a humble heart, and I do know that if we put God first and we do everything according to His will, that doors will be open, and God will provide. God will be here for us, and He will be in front of us to take care of all the needs that we have. Because you know, I'm going through something right now that I'm nervous about it. Like I said, it's about this job that I'm going to be going to, and I believe that we go through things, through seasons, and I posted this on my Facebook not too long ago, that we go through seasons in life, and we go through things that we may not understand. But I do believe that sometimes we go to a place of restoration, or however you say it, restoration, and I believe it's a healing factor, and we heal the wounds that we once went through. And I believe that God puts us in an area where we can heal, but through that time we grow and we become better, and we look at the mistakes and we can look at them and just conquer them. Because the closer and the stronger you get with God, the more untouchable that we get. It's not because that we're prideful or anything, because I'm not a prideful person. My name is nothing. It only matters to God and to my family. So that's all that matters. I don't need to try to get my name out there and try to be better than everybody else and have the best, because I don't want the best. All I want is to provide. All I want is to be a successful person, not just in life, but I need to be successful in the kingdom of God, in the eyes of God. And I want to reach people, and I want to help people, because that's what we're here for. But it's about being humble, and I believe that God will open up a door for us to get back out there and show this world who we really are in the eyes of God. So y'all pray for me, and I'll pray for you guys. So I want everybody to stay blessed and have an awesome day.
Welcome to RetroVerse83 podcast.